I'm Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing Hollow City by Mr. Ransom Riggs. It is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar. When I'm out in public reading this and someone asks what I'm reading, it's so hard to tell them. I'm like, it's Hollow City. It's the second book in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar. The title is too long to say in a succinct fashion to a random stranger who asks. And then I try to explain how it's cool and the story is built off of old photographs, but I can't get it out. I just can't get it out before they're lose interest and move on to the next human. But indeed, it is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series by Ransom Riggs. If you don't already know what that series is about, I have a book talk right here about the first book, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, right here. This series is actually being adapted into a film, and it gets released Christmas 2016. Christmas! Huge movie release slots. That is fantastic news. I am so excited about it. I just finished Hollow City. Just like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, I really enjoyed Hollow City. I really like that Hollow City is only 2 words. It makes it much easier to talk about. Hollow City, Hollow City, Hollow City. I can say it so many times without getting confused. Ransom has such an excellent grip on this 1940s peculiar world. It's so enjoyable to read because it feels, in a weird way, it feels real because there are pictures to back it up. When you're reading it, it's like, whoa, that was real. Whoa, that girl with the hole in her chest is an actual girl. And I'm aware it's not, but it doesn't matter when I'm reading. I'm in it. I believe it. Again, I found myself just captivated by the time travel aspect and how different the story was from so many other things that I've read. I don't know if I enjoyed it more than the first one. I feel like it's about equal. Maybe I like the first one a little better just because I didn't know about the world yet, and it's so magical when you step into that time travel loop for the first time. A lot more happened in Hollow City. As far as traveling and adventure, there's just so many different scenes where it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's action-packed because we just take off. There's no need to set up the story like the first one. We meet a lot of interesting new characters that I didn't see coming. And I think that's all I can really say for the non-spoilery section. You gotta go read the book if you haven't read it yet. So go do that, and if you have already read it, you can stay. Let's discuss the spoilery bits. Bye, non-spoilery people. Goodbye. Bye. Okay, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It's really, really hard. You try it. Try it and tell me how many times you say it before you die. Now, Hollow City. They start off in those little boats. I was so worried about these kids. I don't know if I would have made it just across the river. Over the river and through the woods to the animal menagerie we go. That animal menagerie, man. We stepped into a whole nother level of psychoticness. Not psychoticness, weirdness, peculiarness. I wasn't aware that there were peculiar animals. Changed my world, man. All of a sudden I stepped into Up and a dog was talking to me, and then it was backed up with the picture of Addison. This isn't a little puppy. This is an established, sophisticated puppy. The weird giraffe imafaf, a math donkey, giraffe donkey. And those chickens with the exploding eggs, that whole section was just off the wall. I did not expect us to go there, and when we went there I was like, what? We got to know the kids a lot better in Hollow City, and I really enjoyed that. We got to know each of their personalities, because in the first book, I was afraid of Enoch. He's a dark, sarcastic, obnoxious kid, but you can't help but laugh at some of the crap that comes out of his mouth. The kid is funny. This whole gypsy, peculiar son that's going invisible, I can't believe that's how it happens. You just start to disappear. I really wish there was a way to turn that ability on and off, and I feel like there should be a way to turn that ability on and off. Everyone else can turn their ability. Well, not Horace and not Hugh. But don't you think you should be able to turn off your invisibility? Is that something that Millard just hasn't figured out? But Millard's so smart, so he probably would have figured it out. Anyway, I was talking about this line that Enoch said. The kid that's disappearing wants to come with them. Wait, take me with you! I can cook and chop wood and ride a horse and tie all sorts of knots! And Enoch's just like, somebody get this kid a merit badge. Poor kid. We really get to know Bronwyn. I don't know how to say Bronwyn's name. I call her Bronwyn. I really, really like her. She's like the mother, responsible, big sister figure that's watching over everyone. She's so nice, and she's always there to help, and I just really, really like her. She's our rock. Jacob's journey through Hollow City is really honing his ability to track and kill hollows. And it turns out his ability is super cool. He's like a human hollow compass, and he can sense when they're far away, and he can sense residue that they were somewhere. I love when they kill the Holocaust at Menagerie Land. They kill him in a very video game-like way where Bronwyn can't see him and she's holding the boulder, and Jacob is very much like the controller playing a game. Wait, left, Drop it! And by the end of the book, shit is going down. Jacob finds this inner strength demon voice that can control the Holocaust. What the F is that? What's going on there? It's like all of a sudden he's some Holocaust commanding god who speaks in ancient tongues. What does this mean for the future? What does this mean for Library of Souls? He can control, damn. This changes everything, this little discovery. If we can turn the Holocausts against the whites, then we rule everything. Then who is there against us? Because Holocausts can kill the whites if we tell them to, right? Can't they? Right? And the next one's called Library of Souls. About halfway through, we realized Library of Souls is gonna be a literal library of peculiar souls in jars. I mean, that's what I'm picturing. They're gonna have to find it and maybe re-soul the peculiars that have been de-souled. Each peculiar has two souls. They have a soul that's a normal human, and then they have their peculiar soul that gives them their abilities. This loop business got kind of tangled up in my brain in this book. I'm getting a little confused about the people who are in the older loops, and when they come to loops that are after their time, are they gonna age forward, or will they not age forward unless they're actually in the present? And I'm confused about loops because they act like they're in a loop when they're in 1940, but they're not in the loop anymore. They're just in 1940. So will they age normally? Because why is Emma saying that she's just a plant that's there on the outside and dead on the inside? You're not, though. You're just in your normal time. We're in 1940, right? So won't she just live as a normal human? Wasn't she just frozen and now she keeps going because she's in her time? Or is she gonna age super quickly? What is the aging super quickly thing? Manon, not Manon. Melissa Manon? What is the girl's name? The Siler girl. The telekinetic girl who wants to drop drawers on them when they come into her loop. That loop takes place in like the early 1900s, I believe. So is she gonna age forward in the 1940 loop? Or in the 1940 era, because they're not in a loop anymore. They're not going around in circles. I'm confused. It's getting confusing, and it always does with time travel. I'm trying to set it straight in my mind. I'm assuming, from what I've read in Hollow City, that you can go from time period to time period, and it doesn't matter until you go back to the present, and then you age forward. Now, everyone's in the present. I'm scared, because Emma didn't go with the bad guys, and I'm assuming the bad guys have a loop to put the kids in, so that they don't just age forward and turn into dust. Emma is just not in a loop. They have to find another loop, or else she's gonna die. This is a threatening situation. And what about Addison? Addison will die too, won't he? Addison came to save the day at the end. I wonder how he got there. He's just a dog. How did he make it across the sea? Oh wait, he didn't have to go across the sea. Maybe he took a train. I don't know. How did he get tickets for the train? There's so many questions. We get to know Horace better in this book. I loved the part when they were trying to get on the train. The conductor wouldn't sell them tickets because they're a bunch of disgusting children. Disgusting like they had been trekking through the mud and across the water for days. And Horace saves the day by coming out with his chunk of money. Horace is always there when we need him to prove that they're peculiars or just to rattle up information about something. He's good to have around, and I don't like how they make fun of him for being a coward. Leave him alone. I love the part when Hugh saves the day with his bees. I had no idea he had so much power. I've just started Supernatural and I'm picturing like episode 9 or episode 8 called Bugs, and I'm picturing Hugh being able to control that whole bug situation, and it is horrifying. Then we have Emma at the end. She like burned through someone's face like butter, and it was so awesome. Poor Emma. How many times was she hit on by creepy adults in this book? She was hit on by the clown, wasn't she? I don't want any of you in my room, but maybe you. Ew, uncomfortable, step away clown. What can the clown do? I want to know what his ability is. He scares me. Emma and Jacob's relationship in this book is so sweet. Emma is so supportive of Jacob. I love the little pep talk she gives him right in the beginning. This is his destiny. He's gonna save them. It was just so sweet. I was really annoyed with Emma for being some sort of Edward Cullen martyr, telling him to go live his life and stuff. Like, let him choose what the heck he wants to do. I was actually really happy at the end that Jacob picked up his phone when his dad called him in the present. How insane is it that his phone is still working when he comes back to the present? Didn't he fall in a lake? Didn't he swim in a lake to jump into the mouth of a giant rock head? Didn't that happen? That is a miracle phone. Having him make contact with his father just to let him know that he's not dead, he's alive. It was really nice to see that. We left Claire sick in Mrs. Wren's loop, and we found out that Miss Peregrine, who was with them the entire time and killed the damn pigeon that was showing them where to go, was Miss Peregrine's evil brother who could also turn into a peregrine. What the heck? So where is Miss Peregrine? Did she drown in the ocean, or they captured her? I don't exactly remember if they saw 2 cages go down into the ocean and they just happened to save the one that wasn't Miss Peregrine, or if there was only 1 cage in the ocean and Miss Peregrine was in the submarine. Miss Peregrine's brother, Call, comes out of the bird body and is like, "You're all my prisoners now." And they're in this really cool ice fortress, a very cool fortress. The ice power girl is Cray. That's an amazing power. She can just create huge seas of ice around her. Call! So, supposedly the whole time, he's been getting stuff done, even though he was in a bird body. He's like, yeah, I had my men come to Mrs. Wren's loop as soon as we left. And I'm like, how did you have your men? You're just a little bird. Did you make a phone call and we weren't looking? But I guess he had bird signals. I don't know, his men were just watching him. And that means, where's Claire? Two Mouths girl. She was sick and she was in that loop. And where are all the cool little chickens that do bombs? Did they kill the animals? Because that's really, really sad. We also learned about these punishment loops and they sounded really cool. Really scary, but really cool. One's in the height of the plague and one's in the Great Fire of London and one's in the Viking attack. It would have been cool if we went there. We probably would have died, but I kind of want to see them. Do you think we're going to end up seeing them in Library of Souls? I just wanted to look at them. I wonder where White headquarters are, where they've taken all the Yaburns. I did not like when Mrs. Wren was like, I'm not telling you children, it's none of your business. This is the Yaburns' business and we'll take care of it. Clearly, you're failing at taking care of it. So now we don't know where to go. We don't know where to go. Where are we gonna go now? We don't even have Millard, our guide and everything. I feel bad for him because he can't turn off his power and it clearly bothers him sometimes. When he puts on the suit in that one loop and he's like, how do I look? Like an invisible kid in clothes. Aw, come on. He wants to look nice. Don't be a jerkwad. Those twins that share a brain, they're creepy. They scare me. Bat twins. Bat twins, they're just one person. It's scary how they scream. It did help us escape in the end on the tube, but that's a scary power. I really enjoyed the little section in 1940 when the bombs were coming down and we took shelter in that girl Sam's house, the girl with the hole in her chest, and her little sister Esme. That was a really nice eye of the storm. And I loved when the mine came down and vaporized the Holocaust. Everyone else survived because of the sheep wool magic sweaters. I'm glad we had those sweaters. I'm kind of scared that Bronwyn gave hers to the little girl. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite her in the ass in the future when she gets shot by something. I don't want her to die. She's the mom. I'd love to hear your favorite parts. What you think's gonna happen in the Library of Souls. Please don't spoil Library of Souls. Just so you know, I'm going on a video schedule now, guys. I'm gonna be posting every Tuesday. Every Tuesday there will be a video. There might be videos other days of the week too, but there's a guarantee that I will post on Tuesday. Okay? Yay! Schedule! Thanks for watching this video today, guys. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you click that like button right down there. All my links for Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram, all that stuff are in the description. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Christine. Bye!